So I'm Rebecca Kidwell. I am the president of Learn. Learn is the parent organization of the program Geeks for Kids, as well as Invent for Good, which is a daughter of the Geeks for Kids program. Learn has been around since 2004, providing STEM enrichment programs for kids from 5 to 21 in age. And then 4 years ago, we began building cars and other assistive devices for children with mobility problems. And that is Geeks for Kids. Now, professional engineers and programmers and scientists and doctors come together and give their time after work and on the weekends to build custom solutions for children who otherwise wouldn't get to participate in the world. We have, over the last 4 years, produced about 300 cars for more than 300 children and thousands of assistive devices. These are all free to the family, gifts from us to help them get out in the world.
My name is Randy Childers. I'm a software developer volunteering here with Geeks for Kids. We're a bunch of volunteers. We get together, and the purpose of this organization is to provide mobility for kids who wouldn't otherwise have it or wouldn't have it very easily. And so we take an off-the-shelf Power Wheels car and modify it in a way that works for that kid. And it's anywhere from a real simple version of that is just a simple button that you press to make the car go. And the more complex, the most complicated version we have is eye gaze tracking. So wherever the kid looks, that's where the car shoots off to, and with a whole bunch of stuff in between. Delivery day is a big deal. It's very heartwarming.
The first Saturday of every month is our build days, and we get volunteers from Rotary clubs, from school programs, or there'll be on a build day, there'll be maybe 40, 50 people down here. We'll set up basically four workstations, and in an 8-hour period on a Saturday, we'll basically complete 8 cars.
Our main goal here is to get kids out and going. Kids with those mobile limitations that can't otherwise go and engage and play with other kids. Our goal is to allow them that social interaction that is so crucial to early childhood development.
So today you're going to hear from some of the families that we work for, really the kids we work for. So you're going to hear from one family who is waiting for their car to get their child Noah racing, and then you'll hear from several other families who've had cars, some for a year or two, some for as many as 4 years. And they'll share with you why it's so important for kids to get out and move, how it helps them not just enjoy life, which is so powerful and important, but it also helps them wire up their brains, strengthen their bodies, and connect with others, developing their social skills in the process. It's vital to their development.
I'm Tina Tinsley.
Keith Tinsley. We are Conrad's grandparents.
When he was 2, we had first been told about that there was an option of modified cars. And Conrad had just gotten his first wheelchair, and we would go to the park and he would be sad because he couldn't play with everybody.
That's when I contacted you about him, and you invited us down here to introduce Conrad and take measurements, and it kind of went from there, and it's a good deal.
We gave him the opportunity to play on the playground, and when everybody else was riding their bikes, he can ride along behind them, and it's made him feel like everybody else, like I'm getting to do something special.
And he understands why he can't do things, but still at that young age, he was, how come I can't? Or that kind of thing. So the car really made a difference.
Conrad Hadel.
And are you 12?
I'm not. I'm 7.
That's what I thought. Do you have a Geeks for Kids car?
Yes, I do.
What color is it?
Green.
And do you like your car?
Of course I do. Why would I not?
Oh, well, good point.
My name is Sana, and I have a 2.5-year-old son, Noah. Noah was born with a heart defect, and he'd had 2 open heart surgeries so far, but he also has a brain difference, and that has manifested into developmental delays and movement limitations, specifically balance issues. As a parent, first we looked at the basics, your sitting equipment, your equipment for like a pushchair. All of those are very expensive equipments, and we're kind of limited to what insurance covers. So when it comes to things that are just for fun, either people don't have resources or they really don't know where to go. And I was lucky enough because I found out about Geeks for Kids through another family with whom my son goes to therapy. And I just applied the same day. It literally took me 5 minutes. And I was really surprised that I got an email like within a week. So I'm really excited about the car. I think it's going to give him not only the fun that comes with it and the independence, and he can be part of the cool crew, but also the learning. It teaches you cause and effect. It may be a building block for him to learn more skills. So I think that really is a great thing to look forward to.
So I was scrolling through Facebook and somebody posted, here's Geeks for Kids, and you have the opportunity to get a car. And I thought, I'll check it out, see what I think about it. And so I reached out and almost immediately received a response that said, yes, we'd love to have you come down and look at a car. And I was like, every other process out there is really, really difficult. The kids can play together. That's a huge benefit. He has a sister that's the same size as him, and he says, come on, let's get in the car and go. And they're sitting side by side, focused on going and having a great time.
It's really cool how it bonds relationships. Like the car makes my little brother and little sister just want to be friends at that moment, which is really cool.
Josephine is our kiddo who got the car, and I believe she was 4 when she got the car, and she's now 6, so she had a couple of years. And she has Rett syndrome, so that's a progressive disorder that she's had since she's been pretty young. So she's nonverbal, she doesn't walk on her own, she doesn't have hand use, but she's very bright, and she's really social and sweet and loving and very spicy. She likes to play tricks a lot, and she communicates with an eye gaze device, and she's really pretty good at that. So that's how she uses her eyes to communicate with her speech device.
She's gotten a lot of friends because they all want to ride in her car.
A lot of kids wait their turn to get in there, don't they?
I think that it gave her some visibility, who got her out of the house, and there's kids that can see another child who is different, but who not just her differences, but just, she's somebody fun that we play with. Here's this person who's not talking, but she can answer yes or no and decide about the car and when it's time to come in and who gets a ride. And so it's kind of teaching them not to take anything for granted just by looking at somebody.
So when we began, we made one car for one child to test whether or not this was something we could do successfully. When that child got his car, we were hooked. Colson made very clear that this was a powerful and exciting thing for him, and it was like a drug for us. It was so exciting to see him drive. Today we're making 86 cars. We have made more and more every year. We're getting referrals from all over the world. Now it's time for us to raise our game and serve more kids. It costs about $4,200 to build each car, and that's parts only. All of our time is free, given as volunteers. So our key goals for this coming year are, 1, to reach more kids in more places. That hopper is already filling up. So I think we're meeting that goal. 2, to make cars for kids up to the age of 18 that can be used indoors and outdoors, a new generation of vehicles. 3, to recruit more volunteers so we can build more of those things. And finally, to raise the money to make it possible. Next year, we anticipate that we'll need over $500,000 to meet that goal. So if you know a kid who needs help, apply. It's free and easy. If you can volunteer or refer families, we'd love to have your help. And finally, if you either can donate or sponsor, that's the most vital key to getting each of these kids the power to play.